At the beginning of this movie, a scientist is shown. He was mixing the DNA of some animals and reptiles to make something special. He was also getting money from the government for this. The government stopped giving him money when he couldn't make that thing. This scientist starts to work on it on his own, and in the end, he made that medicine. It didn't get sick or die from any sickness or poison. He gives it to himself to see if it works. During this time, he had a boy, whom he named Bruce. Scientist finds out that his son is also affected by this thing. How that medicine he tried on himself made him feel. He starts to figure out how to get rid of its effect. On the other hand, we can see that Bruce keeps smiling even when he is hurt. This means that he is never hurt. Because he broke the law, Bruce's father was also fired from his job. Then we see that a long time has gone by. Bruce now lives with a different family. His parents are dead, he was told. Bruce is now a scientist as well. Ross is one of the people who work with him. They really like each other. They tried to figure out how a wound can heal. Then a soldier shows up. He tells them that they should join the army, but they say no. We want the rest of the world to use it. Then, after giving him the warning, the army general left. Ross sees a strange man in the office after that. He goes to Bruce's office, takes some of his hair, and leaves. He was, in fact, Bruce's father. He wasn't dead yet. He took a hair from Bruce to check his DNA. Bruce and Ross were working on that machine's rays when it broke down. Bruce tried to keep it under control, but these light rays hit him. In the next scene, Bruce starts to make sense again. Because the sun's rays make him feel sick, he was taken to the hospital. Rose was sitting next to him as well. She tells him that those rays could hurt him. How do you get by? She was taken aback. But Bruce tells Ross, leave it, because he feels very active. I'm not in any kind of pain. They were shocked and happy about it. Bruce's old father visits him at night. He says to Bruce, I'm your dad. Bruce says no because he is dead. So that scientist is saying that no, the army did not tell you the truth. And Ross, one of your co-workers, is also that army general's daughter. He put an end to my work. You already have what you're looking for. You don't have to look any further. You don't need anyone else's help either. Bruce asks his dad, how could I believe what you're telling me? You've come back after a long time, and I've loved Ross for a long time. Now that it's nighttime, Bruce heads to his office. He thought about what the scientist had said about his real father. He starts to act mean. His body goes through some changes. His body grows big and turns green. He turned into a huge green Hulk while he was seeing. His father, who was hiding, also saw all of this. Then he goes to him, and Bruce's words make Hulk think of his childhood. But Bruce breaks everything there and leaves from there. Ross comes to see Hulk. The next day, she says that yesterday was when the strange things happened in the lab. Yesterday, did you come to the lab? Bruce couldn't remember anything, though. He wasn't Hulk back then. He says no yesterday. I didn't go to the lab, but I had a strange dream last night. A man who called himself my father also came. The army general then says that Ross's father is coming. His daughter has to sit in the car. He tells her to go outside and wait. I need to talk to Bruce about some important things. In fact, that army general is also aware that he is the scientist's son. He is also aware that he is finishing the work his father started. He walks in and sits down next to Bruce to talk. Ross, on the other hand, goes to see Bruce's dad. She asks him what Bruce did to make my dad back him up. He would like to talk with him. Then Bruce's dad tells him, you left my son Bruce with your dad. You have no idea who Bruce is. He is one of a kind, and if the army knows who he is, they will be able to catch him, and the world doesn't like things that are different. On the other side, Bruce was talking to the army general. He wanted to know, where is his father? Bruce says that all I know about him is that he's dead. I don't know anything about him. The army general then says, it's my job to put your father in jail. You already know that I will find out everything, and if you don't tell me the truth, I will also put you in jail. Bruce then says, I don't remember anything. Then that general says that you can't open a lab because you have a childish brain, and don't come near my kid. After general leaves, Bruce gets the call. He asks his father, why have you been so cruel to me? Why do you give me this disease? His father says that this is not a sickness but a power. His father says to use it, but Bruce says no, he will finish it. Then his father said, Ross won't be with you anymore, because I made some creatures from your DNA and sent them to her. Bruce ends the call right away and goes to Rose's house. But then a military officer stops him. Bruce gets violent. He turns into a Hulk once more. He turns into a huge Hulk and finally gets to Ross's house. They begin going out together. Ross is forced to sit in the car by Bruce. Then those creatures that look like dogs show up. Bruce's father used Bruce's DNA to make them. As Bruce fights with them, he kills them. After that, Bruce tells Ross what his real father wants. There was a medicine hidden in my body that comes out when the sun's rays hit me. When I get angry now, it turns into a Hulk. Ross tells him, I'm on your side. Ross calls her father the next day. She needs him to help Bruce, because she doesn't know he's Bruce's enemy. As soon as her father found out she was with Bruce, he sent his army here. Bruce feels like passing out. Now, he is going with the army. They take him to where Ross's father lives. Ross tells Bruce, I'll fix you up soon, but she has no idea that her dad, Bruce, has been lowered 1,000 feet into the ground. They plan to make him always feel sick. Ross finds out, and her daughter asks her father why he hates Bruce. Her father says, No, I don't hate him, he's dangerous. Just like his father, he is a crazy scientist. Ross then says, I know him, please let me meet him just once. So, her dad lets her do it. Then she stays with him all day. Then, her father tells her, you won't see him again, because some people will always have him around. On the other side, when Bruce's father finds out that they've caught Bruce, he thinks I can't let my son's project end. He goes to where those rays were coming from. He turns himself into those rays. So he can be different, just like his son. He can finish what he needs to do and save him. But there was one more response. When he feels something, he changes into it. This, too, was a good skill. Bruce's father then goes to Ross and tells her he wants to meet his son. Ross then says that it's too late now. They're getting ready to take them. Then Bruce's dad tells him, your dad is doing all of this, so stop him. Rose says I'm powerless to stop him. Why are you telling me that? It's all because of you. Rose's father says it's not his fault because he was born with that trait. This is not what I want to happen. I've tried many different things to stop it. Now I want something from you. Your father is to blame because he stopped my project. If he didn't stop my project, I looked for a way to fix it. He says, yes, I accept that I was wrong. When I find out that my son Bruce is going to be a threat to the whole world, I walk up to him to kill him. Then my wife gets in the way. She is cut by that knife. She died because of it. Now we can see that they were making Bruce's life hard. They shocked him with electricity. If you make him angry, he can turn into the Hulk. Because they want to take off his skin when he turns into the Hulk. They want to use his DNA to make more Hulks. They will get something good out of it. Bruce couldn't get mad, though. He says that no matter what, I won't turn into a Hulk. So they won't be able to use me. They hurt him so much that he faints. Then he was put into a tank of water. There, he starts to see things. When he was young, his father was going to kill him because he thought he was a monster. His mother also died because of it. When he thinks about all of this, he becomes angry. Because of this, he finally turns into the Hulk. When he breaks that glass, he comes out. They try to make him pass out. They also shoot at Bruce Banner, aka the Hulk. But it didn't bother him at all, because he was now a strong Hulk. He has grown very big. He's leaving that building. Behind him was also an army plane. He takes it, but that helicopter was so high up that Hulk loses its balance and falls into the water. The soldiers start shooting at him, but the Hulk gets out of the water and heads towards the city. Ross was there, too. She was sent by her father, who was a general in the army. Bruce turns into a normal person when he sees Ross. He was getting better, because he didn't realize it was a trap. Now that they have a chance, the army holds him again. Ross feels bad when she finds out her father lied to her and tricked her. She starts to dislike her dad. Now, Bruce's dad is there, too. He tells Army, I want to see my son one more time. In return, I surrender, so arrest me. But he was also being sneaky here, because he now has the powers as well. He wants to fight them for the sake of his son. Now Bruce's father meets him and says something to make him angry and turn into the Hulk. But Bruce was weak and wasn't fighting back. Bruce's dad takes all of the city's energy and power into himself. He also gives Bruce the same shock. Bruce finally turns into the Hulk because of it. Then they start to fight. Bruce's father was fighting with him so that he could take some of his energy. Hulk tells his father, "That takes all my strength." His father gets his strength from it. But Bruce's father couldn't handle that much energy. He says, "Stop it, only you can stop it." Now we can see that the army throws the bomb at them. They both die because of it. Now, a year has gone by. Ross's father calls and tells her. He says that you will tell him when you see Bruce as the Hulk. Even though everyone says he's dead, you still feel like he's there. Ross says, "No, I'm not going to tell you. I also wish I could forget about him. If I don't, I'll only be able to remember him." But at the end of the movie we see, Bruce is still living. In the forest, he was helping people. He has learned how to keep his temper in check. Because of this, no one knows if Hulk is living or dead. Thanks for watching.